The January transfer window is open and we have sold our third choice centre-back for a grand total of $32 million. And I'll tell you guys right now, I've spent a lot of that money. Hello guys, and welcome back to the 5th episode of Replicating Ranieri with Stuttgart, where today we are in the January transfer window and we are very much a spending club now. We have bought a lot of players and I'll show you guys once we go over the results, and you may be noticing a little something, and that is the fact that we are on top of the table. We are back into first place and this is a serious season where we could seriously be in with an opportunity of winning the league. Since last time out, these are all the games we have played. Started off with a pretty average away draw, but then since then we have turned it around and won each and every single one of our games this month, including a friendly. But I'd just like to add on to what happened in the last episode, if you didn't catch on at the end of the clip at the end of the episode. So basically, I played both of these games and we came away with a 2-0 loss and then a 1-1 draw. And then my game file obviously didn't save, so I had to replay them, and I tried to replay them as much as I could to get a 2-0 result and a 1-1 draw. Took me hours, literally at least an hour, and all I could get was a 3-1 result, which I thought was fine because that is the same goal difference, and then we got a 1-1 draw quite easily against Hoffenheim. So I hope you guys don't have a problem with that, but I just want to be completely transparent with you guys, so that is what has happened. I don't think us scoring one extra goal and them scoring one extra goal is going to do much in the grand scheme of the season. And the results, apart from that, basically were the exact same as well. So, thank you guys for being okay with that. And I do really appreciate you guys understanding. But enough of me rambling about that. I'm a little bit stressed that you guys aren't going to be happy about that, but I feel like you guys are pretty understanding. These are the transfers that we have made. Let's start with the outs. And the big one, obviously, this man going out. Apart from that, just a youth prospect that we didn't need. Now, let's go to the ins. What you guys actually care about. Tammy Abraham is the first man that has come into our squad, and he is already on fire. Playing out in that left wing position, he has scored 3 goals in 3 games, as well as 2 assists with an 8.27 average rating. Absolutely incredible. We've also brought in this man, Junior. He looks like a very good central attacking midfielder, or right wing option. Don't mind that at all. He comes in on a free, so no complaints from me at all. We've also brought in Jason Denier for only $11.5 million. Such a top quality centre back. Comes in from Inter. Amazing stats across the board, and I could not be more happy with that purchase, as well as Maya, who was our new goalkeeper. Obviously, our other goalkeeper was making a few mistakes here and there, and I was feeling not exactly confident with him in between the sticks, so we've brought in a new one. He's a little bit better, not insanely better. I'm not acting like he's the second coming of Manuel Neuer, despite the fact that Manuel Neuer was actually quite bad for us at Augsburg. But he certainly is a good goalkeeper, to say the least. Fabinho, another man that has come in, a lot of experience, a great player in that central defensive midfield position. Only 5.5 million. I tell you what, a bargain in my opinion. Tried to get him in on loan. He wasn't interested, but we managed to sign him permanently, and they were more than happy to bring him over here. And I'm not done. I'll tell you what, I'm still trying to dip into the market. I've gone through my shortlist. I think there might already be some deals going out, but to say the least, I mean, this transfer window could be the difference between us winning the league and not completing the challenge, to be completely honest with you. But the first game in this episode is against Bayer Leverkusen, a very difficult game, and this is a team that we're going with. Abraham, Mario Jr., well, I think it's actually Mauro Jr., I have no idea. Fabinho, Denier, and Mayer, all new players coming in for you guys. This is our bench. Let's jump straight into it, and hopefully we can come away with all 3 points and keep the win streak of 3 games going and turn it into 4. Obviously, a loss in this game could certainly mean that we will drop down to the second place or even third place position. So it's very important that we keep the momentum going in this match. Junior on the ball, playing it up to Rabiot, who plays it into Tammy Abraham, who really should have shot from there, but he played it back to Ruggiero, and it was a stroke of genius because he has banged it into the top corner, middle corner, bottom corner. I can't tell. It's 2D. Why is the replay not on? Where's the replay? Where's the replay? What's happened? I wanted to see that. I'm quite upset about that now. I'm sorry, guys. That looked like a good chance in my opinion. But I guess we're going to have to move on. I apologise. Bomb on the ball, playing it out to Abraham. Gonzalez, throw on goal. A great opportunity to put it up to 2-0 very early on. And, well, we are playing very well, to say the least. Wasn't expecting that from kickoff. Thought I'd just say, Junior, he hasn't played in that role just yet, so we're trying out a wee bit of an experiment with him in there, because I've kind of found it quite difficult with midfielders this year, because we have really good midfielders on paper, but then they seem to not perform very well. Rayner and Hutchinson, both not having the best seasons of all time, so yeah, I've kind of mixed it up. Rabiot has come in, he's been playing really well lately, so I've decided to keep him as the box-to-box midfielder, but that Mazzala role is still up for grabs, so we're giving a new central midfielder, winger sort of player a chance to make that his own, and hopefully he does a good job today. I'll tell you who is doing a good job today, Tammy Abraham, coming in with a chance there after getting the assist earlier on, almost putting it into the back of the net, unluckily for him. Doesn't quite make it past the goalkeeper, but gosh, I think if we win the league, it could be down to signing him. Absolutely class player. We got him for just a loan, but there's an option to buy. I'd be surprised if they didn't use it at the end of the season by the way he's playing. Absolutely incredible. I can't believe we managed to get him. He's perfect in that left wing position, so I don't mind it at all. Certainly the signing of the season so far, in my opinion. Bomb on the ball, playing it out to Fabinho, who, by the way, is on his debut, as you guys probably know, as I think I mentioned it. Maybe I didn't, actually. He's on his debut. Ruggiero, this goal scorer, putting it in, and we nod it into the back of the net. Rabiot playing in the first team for one of the first times you guys have ever seen on camera, and he nods a goal into the back of the net, and that proves and justifies my decision as to why he should be starting. And that's a great ball in as well. Quite a far one out, but he still managed to get enough power behind it to get it past the goalkeeper. And as we go into half-time, I'm feeling a little bit more casual than I think I should, but our team has played outstanding, and for the first time ever, I think I'm just going to tell them I'm pleased with their performance. I'm not going to say to get complacent. This is unknown territory for me. I don't think I've ever done that before. Must be what it's like to give positive feedback. Never heard of it. We're going to make a substitution though, and it is actually going to be Hutchinson coming on for Junior though. Unfortunately, didn't quite do what we wanted in that Mazzala role, but that's okay. We'll probably still give him another chance here and there, but maybe not a starter unless he plays on that right wing position. Bomb, as I said before, just a bit on and off, hot and cold. Definitely a great player, but not sure if he's a starter just yet. If a good right winger popped up, I would certainly not go against buying them. But we do have quite a few right wingers. We've got Maya, who I think might be able to play out there, not positive. Sabitzer, then we've also got this man who can, Junior, and then on the bench we've also got Draxler. We've got plenty of depth there, but I just can't find someone that really fits the system, in my opinion. Good save by Maya there, and we make sure that we stay out of harm's way in the last 15 minutes of the game. I might be saying that name wrong, by the way. I just thought about it. Maya, I'm saying. I think it might be Mayer, like John Mayer. I think that's how it's spelt. But he's Argentinian, so I imagine he doesn't have the same pronunciation as the American singer-songwriter, but I don't know. I think it is Maya. We're going to go with Maya. If I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments below. I'm talking to you, old lady place. Sorry, completely butchered your name there. That's not even the fact that I forgot your name. That's just the fact that I can't speak sometimes. You're a long-term subscriber. You know how bad I am at talking at times. We're going to make another substitution. Oh, no, are we going to make another substitution? No, I think we can just live with just Gonzalez. Is anyone else feeling tired? Maybe I'll make a decision to bring someone else off in a second. We'll have to see. Gonzalez fouled. Was offside, sorry. I was very confused there. Actually, yeah, we are going to make another substitution, and it's going to be Abraham to come off. Playing out absolutely outstanding again today, but I don't want to try and get him injured at all. He is an absolutely world-class player. Way too good for us, but I'm not going to complain about it at all. RB Leipzig actually becoming one of the top top chances, is that what I'm trying to say? Top contenders for the title this year. And after that win that they got against us, I think it really did give them some motivation. Honestly, I'd just like to say, if you didn't watch that wee video at the end of the last episode, I did say, but the amount of times I had to simulate that game was unreal because we just kept winning. And I don't know how we didn't win the game on camera, but obviously I want to do this challenge right, so I do it right and I get the same result. But I mean, come on, that took so long. If we lose the league by 3 points or less, I'll be fuming that I didn't manage to come away with a win in that game. But either way, we have won this game. And overall, a very good performance. No complaints from me at all. And we're going to simulate forward until the end of the transfer window and then play our next game against Borussia Dortmund, which is just as important, if not more important, because it is an away one and against a side higher up in the table. But without any further ado, I'm going to go try and dip my toe into the transfer. Oh, who am I kidding? I'm going to dive straight into it. Hopefully we can make a few signings before deadline day. I'll let you guys know before we jump into that match. The transfer deadline day has passed and we did end up making 2 more signings, those being Marcus Antonio, who's a good central midfield option, who's probably going to jump straight into our first 11 on loan, not too bad at all, and Eddie Nketiah, just for a little bit of cover. So maybe me saying that I was going to absolutely dive into the transfer window was a bit of an exaggeration, but we still made some pretty good deals, and I'm happy with how we did overall in the transfer window. Very small amount spent, a very good squad, and this is the one that we're going with for our next game away from home against Borussia Dortmund. Arguably a much more difficult game than the last time out, but I'm hoping that we will be able to come away with a good result either way. Unfortunately, Ranieri has picked up a serious viral infection. So he's going to be out for the rest of the season, and Bomb is suspended for this game. So this is the team that we're lining up with. This is the bench. Hopefully we can come away with all 3 points, and without any further ado, let's jump straight into it. I'm not sure if it's disrespectful to say, but it doesn't look like a very good squad. Hudson-Odoi, probably the only player that I'm really worried about. Obviously, there's probably a couple in there that aren't too bad, but if you take a look at their position in the league this year, it does suggest that we are much better. Well, actually, if you take a look at everyone's league position, you'd suggest that we're better than everyone else, but you know what? That's probably not the case. We have the first opportunity, though, and a good ball into the middle gives Gonzalez a very good opportunity to get us off the mark straight off the bat, but unfortunately heads it straight at the goalkeeper, and they might be able to hit us on the counter-attack here. Hernandez running through the middle, takes a shot, hits the post, and eventually, what's his name? Not Meyer. Mayer. There we go. I had to try and think of the singer, but I forgot his first name, to be completely honest with you. A good save. Eventually goes out for a corner, but luckily for us, doesn't make its way into the back of the net. And as I was saying before, if you take a look at their league position, they're down in 8th. So realistically, we should be winning this one comfortably, but obviously it's not always how it pans out in football. Well, actually, that's very rarely how it pans out in football. You know, the league position doesn't actually define who's better than who, you know what I mean? You guys know what I'm on about. They're coming at us again, though, and they're trying to prove exactly that, but a shot goes straight at our goalkeeper, and they have another opportunity from a corner. Can't actually see him in the corner. Maybe I should zoom out ever so slightly. Yeah, that's a little bit better. Yeah, zoom in a wee bit. Yeah, that's good. I think that's good. They seem like the dominant force, despite the fact that we came straight at them within the first few minutes. I'm a little nervous now. Nervous is not quite the word, but, you know, we're normally a lot more dominant, especially considering the form we're in lately. I'd hate to pick up a loss here today, but our team is certainly going to do everything that they can to make sure that that doesn't happen, and we are playing out through the left. Abraham plays it back to Fabinho, who has a lot of experience in these big games. Not that this is an insanely big game, but it's a moderately big game. Hudson-Odoi playing it infield, and they are coming back at us again. Someone needs to be out on that left-hand side, but there's plenty of space for them. And they whip a ball into the middle. Great header. Goes just wide. Yeah, and I think that they are certainly the better squad in this game so far. Is it dumb to move on to a positive mentality? I don't know. I just feel like that's my go-to tactical change if things aren't going our way. Maybe it can mean that we can get a little bit more of a foothold, but if they score from this, I'll certainly regret my decision. Denier tries to clear it out, but it goes straight back to them. Nandy is their right back, collects the ball, plays it out, and they are regrouping. Out on that left-hand side, once again, our right back needs to really be closing that left back and the left winger down. Eventually, the ball goes straight across the area. No one from their side is able to get their head to it, but again, just straight down that left-hand side. You know, I'm actually doing that. How do you do that? I never do this in-game. I always do it before the game. Okay, give me a sec. Sorted it. I've targeted the left winger and the left back. Hopefully that stops him playing down that area so much. Moving on to positive was dumb. Yep, straight away realised that. Don't worry, you guys were probably all thinking that was a dumb idea. But you know what, I'm going to say I'm not happy with the performance out there. Antonio on his first game looking demotivated. Mate, you can come off if you're not wanting to be motivated in the squad, because we need to have every single player playing at their best, especially in a game like this. Midfield, not doing very well. Rabiot, Antonio, not linking up the way that I would have liked them to early on. So I think a substitution is already in order. And Hutchinson can be the man to come on. Rabiot can come off. Antonio can move into a box-to-box midfielder role and see if that does anything to help us in this match. We have an opportunity. Meyer playing it. Did I just say Meyer again? It's Meyer, isn't it? No, it is Meyer. Oh, I said it right. Don't worry. Oh, we've got a red card. Oh, wait, have we? No. They gave us a review, but they didn't give us one. Well, that's a first. Don't mind that at all. I would have appreciated an opportunity from it, but, you know, at least we didn't get a red card. You can't really complain. If we do come away with a draw today, it probably does mean that Bayern Munich, if they win, will go above us. They have an insanely higher goal difference than us. Our goal difference is shocking, honestly. We always just win our games by like 1 or 2. Hey, Kone! Hey, if you guys watched the Toulouse save, well, the Toulouse season, sorry, with in the Replicating Ranieri season, you'll know that guy. So welcome back to the channel. They're not really closing down the left back like I would have liked them to. Actually, I think that's the left winger. But either way, you know, we need to do better than that. Let's ask them to show some passion. Last 10 minutes, another substitution is certainly in order. For the first time ever, I'm actually not very impressed with how Tammy Abraham's playing. It is Tammy Abraham. Yeah, it is Tammy. I was making sure I got his last name right. Well, first name, sorry. Let's bring on Sabitzer, see if he can do anything. Play him as, that role. I don't know. I really don't know what that is, but see if it does anything. Maybe we can give Nketiah his debut as well at some point, but we'll just have to see how the game plays out for the last 8 minutes now. But they are coming straight back at us. Hudson-Odoi, who has switched down the left-hand side now. So, you know, they're trying to confuse us by doing that, but it's not going to work. Well, it might work, actually. Nandez gets so much space down that wing as well, and eventually across, doesn't quite go to their player, but it does get into the left winger. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, okay. They're very good at wing play right now. Maybe we should be defending wider. Is that smart or dumb? I don't know. I'm doing it either way. And maybe we will give Thingamajiggy his debut. As you guys can tell, I just make this up as I go along. Nketiah can play as a complete forward. Unfortunately, Gonzalez has kind of petered out and not been as good as we once hoped at the very start of the season. But it looks like we're going to come away. Oh, screw it. Let's do it. No, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to... I might regret this. Can I move on to a... No, I don't have any cams. Let's go attacking. Screw it. If they score, I'm a dumbass. If we score, I'm a tactical genius, but nothing happens, so I guess I'm just nothing. I think that's even worse. Regardless of the result, that's not a bad showing in 2 games. You know, 2 very difficult games, to be completely fair. 2 very good sides. 4 points from both of those games I will certainly take, and that's 7 unbeaten. Not too bad at all. We finished the episode on top of the table, and we're going to come back for the Bayern Munich game. We're probably going to do exactly what we did last time out. Play the Bayern game, skip the game against Nuremberg, and then play against Augsburg in the next episode. Only 2 games in between that now. So I'm going to get straight onto those. But thank you guys so much for watching. That is where we're going to end it. Make sure to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you all later.